Most of us are stuck on a treadmill. We grind through high-stress jobs and endless lists of goals, convinced that if we just secure that next promotion or a slightly bigger bank balance, we will finally find a lasting sense of peace. Consider a thought experiment that takes this drive to its absolute limit. Imagine someone who has conquered the entire world. They possess flawless youth, perfect health, total global loyalty, and infinite wealth. If our current strategy for happiness actually worked, this person should be the most fulfilled human in history. Why is it then that even at this absolute pinnacle of earthly power, they would still feel a nagging, inescapable emptiness? That void proves the math of our baseline strategy is broken. We are attempting to extract a feeling of infinite peace from finite, limited material achievements. Thousands of years ago, the Vedas provided a mathematical diagnosis for this exact psychological trap. The texts explain that the human mind has a finite capacity, yet we exhaust ourselves trying to gather infinite joy by chasing the many, a scattered collection of facts, experiences, and possessions. The Vedic solution is a single principle: Ekam eva advitiyam Brahma. There is only one supreme truth, without a second. This suggests that while studying the many will never lead to the one, realizing the one automatically unlocks the understanding of everything else. If the absolute conquest of the world still leaves a person feeling empty, then our smaller, daily pursuits for happiness are bound to result in the same exhaustion. This burnout is a symptom of trying to solve an impossible equation, attempting to find the infinite within the finite. Jagadguru Sri Kripalaji Maharaj mapped out a hierarchy of joy that illustrates just how far material pleasure can scale before it hits a wall. Start with the perfect joy of that earthly king we imagined. If you multiply that joy by 100, you reach only the baseline happiness of a celestial being, or Gandharva. From there, the scale takes massive leaps. You have to multiply that celestial joy by thousands more to reach the realm of the gods, and thousands more to reach Indra, the king of heaven. This continues until you reach Brahma Loka, the apex of the material universe. This represents the absolute maximum mathematical limit of conceivable pleasure. But even if you could max out the universe's pleasure at this peak, you would still be trapped inside a vulnerable and limited system. The catch to this cosmic pyramid is that every single tier, including the peak, is anicca. It is temporary and cyclical. The Vedas compare reaching the highest heaven to being crowned a king, only to have your merit run out and be humiliated with a garland of shoes as you fall back to lower life forms. It is an exhausting trap. Contrast this with the concept of Brahman, or the supreme power. Its root meaning is that which is infinitely vast and has the power to make others infinite. This visual maps out the properties of Brahman, an infinity so complete that if you subtract infinity from it, the remainder is still exactly infinity. It remains perfectly whole regardless of what is taken from it. True fulfillment cannot exist on a sliding scale of temporary joys. It can only be found by anchoring to that which is mathematically unchangeable. The anatomy of this infinite power is described as Sat-Chit-Ananda, truth, consciousness, and bliss. The Vedic texts treat bliss, or Anand, not as an adjective describing how the supreme power feels, but as the noun itself. The supreme power is bliss. Sat is the modifier that makes this bliss unbreakable and eternal, separating it from the shifting, temporary joys of the material pyramid. In his 8th century commentary, Adi Shankaracharya reinforced that this supreme state is inherently pure, liberated, and all-knowing. The emptiness we feel in the modern world is a symptom of a simple error. We are looking for a sat, or eternal, experience in an anitya, or temporary place. This ancient philosophy is a direct invitation to stop playing a rigged game of worldly accumulation. Exiting this loop means acknowledging a difficult reality. We cannot force a finite material system to yield an infinite spiritual result. When we stop searching outward, the chaotic hunt for fulfillment collapses into a quiet, singular point of inner realization. The infinite joy we've been searching for was never a destination to be conquered. It is the fundamental nature of the one, waiting to be realized within.